Hello. Welcome to Closed Door Conversations podcast. I'm your host, Mil Ivory. If you're looking for a non-judgmental, open and honest conversation about any and all things that are usually discussed behind closed doors, you're in the right place.
Today's conversation is about trust. Why the fuck did I say we are not there yet? Because we not. Shit. People want to get in these relationships and they want to move out fast. Like, nigga, you don't even know me. Like, what are we doing right now? So we're gonna talk about this shit because that's what we do over here. I'm manifesting, baby. We manifesting this thing, but he is definitely a life coach. But Dr. Vernon Scott is here with me today, and we're going to talk about trust and the importance of trust, and just do how the fuck we do on closed door conversations. No telling what we're gonna talk about. He is also training to be a sexpert, but right now, so so obviously we're gonna talk about that because I love to talk about this shit. Anyway, Vernon, introduce yourself to the people.
Hello, y'all. How y'all doing? My name is Dr. Vernon T. Scott. I'm happy to be here on Closed Door Conversations. Thank you so much for having me, Mil. It is a pleasure. I am the host of the Soliloquy podcast. That's a podcast of just bringing people out of a compressed box of what we all know about sexuality.
Why motherfuckers with degrees want to use them big words? Go ahead.
Stop.
Go the fuck ahead. They be talking about all kind of shit over there. Make sure y'all check his platform out because he be talking about all kind of shit, especially a lot of sexist shit. So anyway, go ahead.
Not one episode without sex. That's one thing I do know is we fucking over there, y'all.
I don't even know how my shit always in the sex either. I ain't even doing all that fucking, but I'm talking about it.
Ain't it? Because look, I'm in a dry spell right now. Oh, audience, there you go. That's your introduction to me. I'm in a dry spell.
But guess what? They got before they got their dry spell. So we gonna give this black king his credit, Dr. Vernon T. Scott. Goddamn it. Author, we ain't even told him about your book. Who the fuck write a book about that? Y'all better check this, man. Y'all check this kid. What I like is it don't matter what his accolades is. Y'all see, he's still down to earth. So closed door family, I know y'all know how we do. We ratchet and raw over here, and we love to be intelligent with it too, because it's okay. It's okay to be who you are. So yeah, so that's why I fuck with Vernon T. I don't know why I like to say not Vernon. I like to say Vernon T. Goddamn, and that's good. That means ain't nobody else calling you Vernon T. but me, right?
Right.
So now, and the topic, you guys see that we are not there yet, but it's really about trust. To have trust in a relationship, rather, is a friendship, situationship, any type of ship, sexual relationship. It means that you feel some sense of safety and security with that person. When it comes to a friend, especially loyalty, but partners, for me, I need to feel safe, secure, and I need to know that you're loyal to me. So today we're going to talk about it. But in short, we're going to say that trust means that you can rely on another person because you feel safe with them and have confidence that they will not hurt or violate you. Hurt or violate you. Let's fucking talk about it, Vernon T.
Why you had to say violate? Because that's the thing. That's the thing right there. It's like,
I said violate for my pre-interview because I was thinking about that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So let's talk about it. Go ahead, Doc.
Because it's like I'm big on consent already, and most definitely when it comes to like having sex with the person, that means if I invite you over to my space, that means I'm comfortable enough with you to invite you into my kingdom, my sanctuary, my place, my humble abode of many blessings. So you're coming over to here, come into my space. That there's already a level of comfort there. And if you betray that trust, regardless if it's something dealing with an assault or even if it's something like a lie, that it is a violation. It is something that really hits a person at a core, regardless of who you are. Like
Vernon T, did you hear the most important? People don't feel like lying is a violation.
Child. Like you can say a little white lie.
I don't care how little it is. I don't care how the fuck clear. I don't care if you talking about white. I don't care if that bitch clear. I You're not gonna come over here. It's a lie, and it's not okay. And I feel like if you can't be open and honest with me and tell me the truth, don't tell me shit. Like, what are we? Why are we talking?
Look, if you sprinkle sugar on shit, what is it still? It's just sweet ass shit. That's what it is.
It's just stinking ass shit.
That's what a lie is.
And I agree. So getting into that though, why do you feel like is important to have trust in a relationship, whether it's a friendship or I'm gonna just say, guys, when I say relationship, we talking about all kind of shit. We talking about friendships, trust with your friends. We talking about sexual relationships. We talking about, well, intimate relationships, because sometimes you intimate with people. Intimacy and sex is two different things. And since you're an expert on this shit, I'm probably gonna have you back on the show when I talk about this shit, because it's two different things. And I know what I like about you is you get down with me how I get down. So I need a motherfucker that's gonna really get down when we get into that conversation. But yeah, so why do you feel like it's important to have trust in a relationship? Let's start there.
So I personally feel like as human beings, we all look for people that we can be vulnerable with. And because of that, that craving to be vulnerable with other people, we guard our hearts because we do not want to be vulnerable with the wrong person. We don't want to let the wrong person into our space and know that they're just going to fuck us over. So that's why trust is one of those things that's very important, because we want to have someone within our circle that we can have a conversation with, that we can share our thoughts with, to know that we're not going to be judged, to know that whenever you're off alone with somebody else, that you're not bad mouthing me, that regardless, you're going to defend me when I'm not there. Mm-hmm. And it's not to say that this same person is not going to let you know of your flaws. It's just that I'm over here talking about Tyrone or Keisha right now, and neither one of them are here. I need somebody who's going to be like, hey, if you're going to be having this conversation, I'd rather have Tyrone and Keisha with us. So if you're not going to say this in their face, you shouldn't be saying this to me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be nice as your friend. I'm gonna say, shut the fuck up, because you wrong. Goddamn, you wrong right now. Have you told Tyrone or Keisha that? Okay, well, we not having this conversation. You need to talk to Tyrone and Keisha about this shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So speaking of the vulnerability, how do you feel about, or what would you tell a person like me? Because I'm really like Fort Knox in this motherfucker. So as a life coach, what would you tell a person like me that's like, I'm super, super guarded? And I say I'm Fort Knox because I'm the type of person, I take my friendships serious. The friendships that I have for years, and we're like family. Mm-hmm. Relationships is a whole different thing. So
I had
if I take a friendship serious, I used to feel like I feel like with relationships and intimate relationships, as far as men and sexuality, I take friendships more serious. But I feel like when it comes, I always feel like men is fucking replaceable. But what the fuck happened when you open up to this person? Because I have this situation and you're completely comfortable with this person, you completely trust this person just makes your soul feel good. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then the situation is like, we're not together. So how the fuck do we move forward with this?
Like first, I had a feeling we're going to bring in this life coach situation, and I got an answer for you.
Now I said, what would you tell a person like me? I got a little TT of a thug in me now. So
I got you. we, if we have a coaching session now, we're gonna have a coaching. I'm joking, but like essentially, even with the concept of being replaced, one of the things you have to recognize is that we're all replaceable in somebody's eyes, and even recognizing that allows you to be a little bit more vulnerable with other people, because in a way.
Not with me though. See, I'm not like I just feel like I'm irreplaceable. Like once I open up to you and we get there and we there, and I promise you, I can count on one hand and still have change of the people that I've opened up, especially when it comes to men. I promise you, as old as I am, I'm just not. I'm not that cheap.
Because like let's say one of the first thing is identifying where is that hurt coming from. Because the reason why people are always guarded is because they're protecting themselves from something. You have to recognize exactly what are you guarding yourself from. Are you still guarding yourself from somebody that hurt you 3 years ago, 10 years ago?
Oh, it's
And
been
if you
motherfucking
are,
years. It was my baby daddy. I know exactly what my motherfucking problem is. It was my baby daddy and my damn son. My youngest is 25.
so the question is why are you not letting them go?
And this ain't no disrespect. And I try to be careful because I almost saying that nigga dead, but he is, Lord rest the dead. Out of respect for my kids, he was murdered. Their father was murdered.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just amazing how you deal with inside hurt. And
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've dealt with it and I've lived through it. Like I don't be breaking down crying and shit. Like I can talk about this shit. And
Mm-hmm.
the crazy thing about that hurt is like we had like one of the best relationships. Like I'm the type of person, like if you're my partner, as in you have to be my friend also. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
the type of person, I'm cool with my girls. I'm gonna go out with my girls. I'm having my girl time, but it ain't nothing that I can't do with my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And also you have to allow me to be me. So now it's to the point after I had kids, our relationship changed and he became abusive. Just the short of the story. And just like once I broke loose from that shit, it was just like, damn. And so like I'm over it. I've healed from the abuse part. I'm able to talk to other people to help them. I'm even able to talk openly about it. I laugh at
Mm-hmm.
some of the damn stories. But deep down, I'm that person that's like, I don't care how traumatic it is or how light it is. If it's something that hurts me, I'm not doing this shit no more.
Mm-hmm.
I have that mentality. Like, we're not doing that shit no more. It does not matter. You're going to have to show me something different.
I get that. And the thing is, even when it comes to you proud about it, you healed from it, you are able to speak about it, a lot of people don't realize how ingrained certain things, most definitely if it is abuse, how your body still remembers those touches. Your body still remembers that pain. Even if you don't consciously think of it, your body knows. Like every time somebody might get close to poking your shoulder, you automatically jolt back and they haven't even touched you. It's just your body remembers that reaction that
Yeah,
the
like
last
you ain't even
time.
finna smack me on my motherfucking ass too hard
Mm-hmm. And
because I be like, hold up now. Like,
yeah, and a lot
but
of that. Uh-huh.
there was a time when you couldn't even hit me on my ass. I don't care how much pleasure you giving me if we getting it from the back. And you know, niggas like to play with you. They like to smack your ass and do that.
Mm-hmm.
It was a time you could not do that to me.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I didn't grew from that because now you can smack me a little TT, but I ain't into pain. I ain't into pain and shit. I don't want to be slapped, choked, and all that shit. I don't.
Yeah, and that goes back to what we're talking about with trust. You have to be in the position where you can allow your body, you have to trust your body to heal. You have to allow yourself to trust that you can be open and vulnerable with yourself so that other people you can be open and vulnerable with other people.
I'm
Because it's not enough to be able to vocalize most of the time.
Well, this off
Because
subject. This off subject. So I'm a very sexually open person,
mm-hmm,
but I have to trust you, right?
mm-hmm,
um I'm really the type of person like that's and this why I chose we are not there yet for the topic. I'm the type of person we gonna talk, I'm old school. I like to be courted and all this shit.
mm-hmm.
But even as far as friendship, a regular friendship with a man or a girl, a regular friendship, I'm still guarded with you because I'm so open with my friends. I like to go places and have fun. And as a professional, and I know you get that, as a professional with a little hood in me, like we not finna be talking about how I was fucking twerking all over the dance floor. We not finna cause bitch, I'm a twerk. Like we
Mm-hmm.
not finna be talking how every other word out of my mouth was a cuss word because people in closed door conversations, they get the unapologetically Neil. That's what they get. But people in the workplace say, get thank you for calling Highway Patrol. This is Milton. That's what the fuck they get. You know what I'm saying? Or communications. This is Milton. How can I help you? That's what the fuck they get. And you could be cussing me out on the other end. I'm like, okay. Um, and I'm real professional with it. Okay. Can you hold for a second? I need to give you a moment to calm down because if you continue to use that language with me, I'm not going to be able to assist you. But in my head, I'm like, bitch.
Girl,
I'm gonna need you to get right because I'm gonna hang the fuck up on you.
that
But
was me. That was me when I was in the call center. I'll tell somebody real quick. I wouldn't say what we're not gonna do. That will be the tone.
I mean, and you know what? Sometimes that hood kick in and you have to pull it in. You be like, okay, man, what we're not gonna do is, and then you get right. We're not gonna disrespect each other. I do, and then you have to be empathetic and shit. I do understand that you have things going on, but what I need you to do is calm down for me right now. You know, you
I
have to
have
get
my
that.
little favorite line. If you're unable to, what was it? If you're unable to speak in a way that's conducive of doing business, we
Oh,
are
that's my
unable to
word. If
continue this
Oh my God.
conversation, and I
If
will hang
you,
up the phone.
how about Vernon? My word is if you cannot speak to me in a manner that's conducively and mutually respectful, that's my
Yes.
word. Bitch, you respect me, I'm gonna respect you. But if you get ratchet, bitch, I'm from Port Arthur, Texas, the land of the trail, bitch. I can get ratchet. And then in South Carolina, I was raised on Little Mountain Road. So I went from the land of the trail to 96 South Carolina, Little Mountain Road, all that shit ratchet, let go. Like, why are you playing with me?
You over here acting like a thug. This nigga will pull the fuck up. If you
Like, right. Like, don't make me. Don't make me.
don't let me be at that point where I'm ready to quit this damn job.
Oh boy. So basically, what you're I've been there, but we're gonna stay on subject. Basically, as an expert, you're saying that even though I'm over it, is mentally, if I'm over it and I've dealt with it emotionally, is it is it like a trained muscle?
In a way, yeah. Your body remembers everything. You're like you can be with somebody for like 10 years and that be your only sexual partner. And they could have they probably weren't even the best at sex for you. And still your body remembers their touches. Your body still remembers the pleasure that they provide to
Oh,
you.
I remember people touches and I be feeling some type of way because I'm not, I and you talking about beating, but I'm talking about something else because being as though I'm in a situation now where I'm going through this self journey and this healing and all of this stuff. I can't tell you when the last time my body's been touched intimately. And for me, intimacy is more important than sex.
Mhm. Yes.
Now, in order for you to get to the six, because we doing this shit, we doing it. That's on period. And you're gonna be good when I, finish. But I'm not saying that is just as important, I guess. Because
Mhm.
the closer I feel to you, the more I trust you. There go that word again, trust. The more open I'm gonna be to trying things and experiment things and just letting myself go with you. You know what I'm saying? So do you feel like people nowadays, like I understand, and I feel like a lot of people just get into it, like they get into these friendships and their relationships and they don't know they people.
I say that it's prevalent out here. Like that's the culture that we live in these days, and I hate that so much because we are all about instant gratification. We don't want to figure out who our partners are. We don't want to learn their sexual histories. We don't want to know if they have any STIs or been exposed to anything recently. Think about this: mofo's were still fucking out here at the beginning of the pandemic, as though we're not on shutdown. Like
I mean,
people was throwing the ads.
at the end of the day, if I know you clean and I'm clean and I'm horny, like shit.
That's how it is. That's how it is.
I mean, but they was being reckless out there. But see, I think I don't feel like I'm the marriage type. Like, let me not say I'm definitely the married type because I like to just cook and clean and be around my man and be I be needing a partner. Like, I just want to travel the world and I mean, we just gonna work, we gonna get money, and then we gonna enjoy that shit. Like, that's all I want to do. So let me not say I'm not the marriage type, but I definitely don't see marriage in my future. I've never seen myself. Well, let me stop lying. I did see myself as a wife one time. I was engaged and shit. I was all in love. This was the first nigga that made me feel like, yeah, nigga, I'm gonna let you wife me. Like, yeah, that's what we doing. That opened up a whole new can of hurt. And that was on me being childish and immature because I broke up with him for no reason. But that was me being emotionally unstable and making life decisions. Excuse me, that I may shouldn't have. So we're not gonna even get into that either. I really need to fucking write a book You wrote a book about that this shit. I need to write a book about life because this bitch done been through some things.
Look, I say everybody, some people disagree with this, but I definitely say everybody needs to write a book about their own personal experiences because you don't know who you're going to connect with the life that you live.
Right.
Which is part of the reason why I even sat down to write mine, is to connect with people who are just trying to be more sexual and be more free.
Like how you said, being sexually free. You can be sexually free with your partner, though. See, I'm that chick. I want to be sexually free, but I want to be sexually free with my partner. Like we both can be, so like we both can be single, but still be committed to each other. Like I literally was in a situation like that for years and didn't really even necessarily ignore. I'm just not going to say know it because I knew that I wasn't getting busy with nobody else. My first instinct every time something happened was to go to him or be with him. And, you know, because he comforted me and he also did things to me that relaxed me. It made me feel good and stuff. And yeah, but we didn't verbalize that.
Look, I get that. You know, it is, a lot of people don't even think about that for real because we're educated to think that we need to get married to be in a happy relationship. Marriage is not for everybody. Some people are just looking for a partnership. Somebody's that you're committed to, and that's perfectly fine.
Is it a partnership? Am I looking for a partnership?
It sounds like it.
Let me coach.
You're looking.
Coach, put me in the game, coach. Am I looking for a partner?
It sounds like you want somebody that you're on equal standing with, where you are both mutually enjoying life, exploring your sexuality, exploring your likes.
Yeah, but I want to only explore with my partner. Like I don't want to be out here like doing all this extra shit. But you know what? Now that I think about it, damn, coach, you must be good at your goddamn shit. What you do now? You done bought some shit to the surface. Because listen, I always said that I don't want to be in a relationship, right? But I guess that's what you would call it, like a partnership, right? And but like I'm gonna tell you, like my girlfriends say, my friend. When I say girlfriend, I mean my friends. That's how this motherfucker be like, bitch, that's a boyfriend. Y'all doing everything. Put a fucking title on that thing. This her
some things don't need titles. Some things don't need titles.
I think that's the problem. I'm not a title person, and I really probably be doing girlfriend shit. This nigga probably be doing, but I'm the type of person. I'm so old school. Like if I talk to you, it's certain shit that I require. Niggas of the new school feel like that's boyfriend shit, but to me, it's normal man shit. Like what? Men supposed to fucking pump your gas and get your car clean, and you ain't got to be my boyfriend to be like, hey, I'm sending so and so over there to detail your car. Oh, they just let me know. That. But for me, that's letting me know you're thinking about me, right? And in my head, as it pertains to the topic of trust, is letting me know that I can trust you to take care of me. Is about taking care of a person. So that leads me to my next list of questions, because I feel like I've said this on my show before, and in a pre-interview, I definitely told you this because you was like, do it. Thinking about going to get my certification to be a sex therapist and a life coach, because I feel like I am very diverse and knowledgeable about a lot of things, but my things come from life experiences, which is even better, I think. But you know how it be, you get in the classroom and they be like, no, bitch, because you be trying to put all your shit on your patients.
Like, I had this conversation with somebody in the past, and I told them I've experienced so many different lives, but only lived my own.
Right.
And that's because of within my role as coaching other people, learning more about them, learning about their life experience, and sharing what I know from other people who may have been in those similar situations. Like when you are like a coach, or when you are having these, like even when it comes to your individual relationships, you do have to always come in with your own personal experiences, because statistically speaking this, statistically speaking that, but the stats are always missing the context of other people's realities, the context of people's experiences. Once Absolutely. You get that, you can make better decisions.
Right. And then you can say, this is what my experience was. So do with that as you play it. Please adjust it to what you have, what you feel like to accommodate you. So that being said, what do you feel like people can do to build more trust? And do you feel like there's a time? Guys, I just have such a good conversation with him. I just be wanting to talk to him, but I do have to stick to the facts and get y'all this damn information while we got this life coach here. So do you feel like is a time limit on trust?
So, well, for the building trust side, I always recommend communication, clear communication, but the best way to gain trust is to offer trust first. A lot of people want to play that
I'm sick of
game.
you fucking exposing me. I'm sick of this shit. Golly, I'm sick of this shit. Go ahead now.
I'm good at what I do.
Good like I got at you. Go ahead. What the fuck kind of trust I need to get some goddamn body when I'm trying to make sure they goddamn trust me? I need to trust the motherfucker before I get him a goddamn trust.
Look, and that's the thing.
If I give you my number, though, if I give you a number, that's my level of trust in you. Because I don't be giving out my motherfucking phone number. So, okay, let me give myself credit what credit's due. So I give you my phone number. Okay. That's my trust. That's what the fuck I got for you. Go ahead.
And that's good. That's good. That means you're giving them access to you. And now it is for them.
What the fuck you gonna do with it? The ball in your court.
The ball is in your court. You have to be like most stuff when it comes to relationships. You have to go into a relationship willing to be hurt, because whenever you go into that knowing that, hey, there's a possibility that things may not work out.
There you go with this shit again.
You are a lot more stronger.
Not willing to be motherfucking hurt. I'm willing to cut your ass the fuck off time you piss me off or do something that make me feel like I can't trust you. That's why I'm single. Fuck that.
You have to,
I'm not willing to be hurt. I feel like motherfucker.
You have to travel.
I don't come to your goddamn. I bring the whole fucking table and put that bitch down, bitch, and we both gonna have a seat. So yeah. So I just pack my whole table the fuck up and no, I'm not. Go ahead now.
But you're right.
I'm tired of this shit. First, I got to give for start giving damn trust. Then I got to be willing to be hurt. Didn't I tell you it's Fort Knox over here? I'm not trying to be hurt. We can explore each other and get to know each other without hurting each other. I feel like, and coach, and respectfully, how the motherfuckers say when they finna be disrespectful, respectfully. I don't feel like you should go into a situation because I feel like that's distrust in itself. If you go into a situation feeling like, I feel like you can go into a situation prepared mentally to be hurt, right? Which may be what you were saying. But I'm not finna go open to be hurt because I'm not going into this shit to be hurt. I'm going into this shit to feel good, even if it's just a little shank to shank, boom, boom, room, room. Like, that's not what we're doing. But we're not here to hurt each other. We're here to uplift each other. Whether you my nigga, whether you my Lord, forgive me.
Like my question,
Lord, you know.
My question is, who's to say being open to being hurt is not being mentally prepared for that possibility?
That's what I'm saying. Is that what you're saying, though?
It's the exact same thing.
To me, though, I go into relationships and any type of friendships like that, but I feel like for me, I'm going in there prepared to distrust because I feel like a motherfucker gonna do me wrong or treat me wrong but I see it. See, y'all don't know. We on video. Sometimes I do video. Y'all only hear the audio. He went to open his damn mouth. I did him like I was his mama with that one damn finger. But I look at it. I guess it makes sense though, because even if you're going in there feeling like I'm protecting myself from the distrust, you really are still opening up yourself to be hurt. Because we're just saying it different. Are you looking at it from a different aspect, but it's technically the same thing?
Because think of it like an eggshell, right? An eggshell is very protected. Not saying that if you slam it on the ground, it's not going to break, because definitely it's going to break, but it's very protected. Whatever's inside can come out, right? But you also have to think about the opposite side of that. Whatever good cannot come in. And that's the same thing with
so when I give you my phone number, according to your analogy, I cracked that bitch a little bit. Look at the TT.
Yes.
Okay.
You cracked it a little bit to let a little bit more in.
I agree with that.
Whenever you go into a space, most definitely when you're trying to really build trust with the person, you have to make sure that you're willing to let that completely open. And the reason why is because the reason I say you have to be willing to be hurt is because the hurt is not a guarantee. That
That's
just
true.
means you're leaving yourself open for whatever emotions that's going to come with whoever you're inviting into your space.
But
That
what if
means
you, and I think hurt is more prevalent, I think, in relationships or situationships or
mm-hmm,
courtships or fuckships or whatever. It's more prevalent. So if we say we a couple of years, I know you a couple of years, right?
mm-hmm,
And we cool, we vibe together, we cool, the intimacy is good and all of that good stuff. Um, and we good. But then you do some shit that really hurt me. Like it probably shouldn't hurt me, but it fucking hurts me.
mm-hmm,
But at the same time, you want to know it because it's the truth. Like,
mm-hmm.
is that crazy to feel like I want you to be
No,
open and honest with me, but that shit hurt me. But
no.
you feel like for so long, like I'm hurt,
Mm-hmm,
but I ain't gonna say shit, but you act differently. You call yourself. A lot of people do that, and I'm guilty for that.
mm-hmm,
I will adjust myself. And that's it. I'm saying in relationships, but it's also in friendships as well.
mm-hmm.
Because if you feel like a friend that's been two-timing or felt went talked about you or went did some foul ass shit, you may still feel like they're a good person,
Mm-hmm.
but you're not gonna fool with them the way you used to fool with them.
Mm. And like in those situations, it's like, are you willing to forgive that person? Because look, you're valid in feeling that hurt regardless, because it was something that hurt. And if you're going to change your actions and not even speak on the hurt, you have no business of being upset at any
Because
point.
you didn't give them the opportunity to. I feel like the truth needs no explanation, though.
But
I
we
feel
all
like
have
that
different truths.
this is true, but it's still going to be true to me
Mm-hmm.
because one thing you can do is you can't change the way you make a person feel,
That's true.
right? And my feelings are my feelings. It
Mm-hmm.
does not matter whether it was done intentionally or not. You made me feel that way,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't unfeel that.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how
Mm-hmm.
minor it is, whether I felt it, even if I felt it was a disrespect, or I don't even, it's not, sometimes it don't even be as deep as a disrespect.
So,
It just makes you feel a way that you don't like how it makes you feel. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
Like, ooh, and it's not even like a jug in the heart. It's just like a little tap, like, ooh, fuck, I ain't like that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, fuck that shit. I'm not doing that again. Like, I'm gonna fucking hit you
Mm-hmm.
with a taser or some shit. I'm not doing that no more.
That's a fight. That's a fight. At that point,
Look
I'm
me,
pulling up on
look
your
at it.
ass.
Well, maybe it ain't
But like,
strong as a goddamn taser, Vernon. God damn.
because look,
Like,
I'm over
see,
here like, did you hear you with a fucking taser? Okay, soon as I get this pee off of me, I'm whooping that ass.
oh, because you gonna piss. You fucking gonna pop foul the fuck out. So yeah, it ain't deep as a taser, but you know what I'm saying. What if it
Yeah.
like it was a pinch, but it wasn't a
Hmm.
regular pinch like a pinch your grandma used to do in church, where they grab your motherfucking skin and they twist it.
And I like that you use that, because there's levels to everything that we feel, and the hurt that we feel too.
I bet when your
When you
grandma
get
pinch you, you ain't do that shit no goddamn mo. So why you
you
gonna let another
didn't,
motherfucker do that shit to you when they not pinch you, when they paint you? Why you gonna let them do it again when you get panched?
but the question is, did you forgive grandma?
Man, we not gonna talk about grandmothers because one thing about me, Medea can't make no motherfucking mistakes. I don't give a fuck. Medea ain't making no mistakes. My grandmother in a whole new league. She like one of the old school monarchs of the
Hmm.
family. And we are blessed to have one of the few families that still have them left. So I
Yeah.
ain't talking about Medea. She is off motherfucking limits. She is
Well, what
God. We
about
don't talk about her.
you? You have siblings, right?
Oh God, I do.
How many of them hurt you in that you're still childhood? You know you got in fights with your siblings.
Oh, we used to fight all the time. That shit was normal. That ain't that kind of hurt like that. Look, me,
Oh, but it's still a
we didn't
hurt.
start hurting each other like that until we got older. But the good thing is, as you said, communication. Like we
Hmm.
were blessed to have a family where we used to sit down and communicate. My mom was big on communication.
Hmm.
And so we used to have family meetings and shit. I actually grew up with my kids giving them family meetings because I appreciated that open
Mm.
communication and that open dialogue where we can speak freely about how we felt. And I do, and for me, that makes it hard for me with friendships and relationships and stuff, because everybody's not open to discuss their feelings. And some people, they're on a defense and they feel like if we're talking about it, then they feel a type of way. But for me, we're talking about it because it's a necessary thing to get a resolution to something I'm feeling or something that I'm going through, and I'm just trying to express that to you so I can get a better understanding of why I felt that way. Again, you can't change how I feel, because once you give me that feeling, I can't take it back. But what you can do is you can soothe it over, or you can make me understand your point of view. Me understanding your point of view will make me, intention is a motherfucker. Let's say that.
Yes, I
Intention,
agree.
it'll make me understand your intention. If you had zero intentions of hurting me or making me feel that way, I can respect that better and we can move on from that versus it being, well,
Shit happens.
or if we don't ever talk about it again, if we don't ever talk about it, then I would never know what your true intentions were, because it's like a person like me. I'm a real blunt person. And so I can say things to people, and if you don't truly, truly know me, then you can take it the wrong way. And the intentions are usually pure. They're not mischievous. You know what I'm saying? But it can come out like, if a person is not open to a person being honest with them, they'll feel a type of way.
Yes, all the time. And that's even going with that's how you build trust, is having that space to communicate with people, and also ensuring that you are receptive of their criticisms or their differences in how they live their lives, or even with those people who can't take something bluntly, being willing or knowing that you might have to approach this in a softer way. Like
Exactly. I agree with that.
like with having high defenses up, a lot of people don't realize that when you do have your defenses up at all the time, and you release them in order for you to articulate how you're feeling, and they don't see when they put those defenses back up whenever other people are trying to articulate how they're feeling and how they want to respond to something, or how they may have hurt you and want to explain themselves. So that in itself prevents people from rebuilding trust, getting over that hurt, because one person in this spectrum was able to vocalize how they felt and how they were mistreated and mishandled. But me on this end, I have to accept that and just go, and I don't have the opportunity to at least let them know, hey, I am sorry I hurt you. I do want forgiveness in this moment, and I cannot take back what I did, but do I have the opportunity to at least explain where my mind was at that time when I
Because it
hurt
makes a
you?
difference. At the end of the day, if you're human, it does make a difference, because sometimes we will deflect outwards what we're feeling
Mm-hmm.
inside that we're not exposing or sharing with people. Again, when earning trust, that's why it's important to be able to communicate with people.
Mm-hmm.
But what if we're not there yet? What if I don't know? What if, I'm going to use this a very personal example. So, what if you and I become friends?
Mm-hmm.
And you don't know that when Mil, well, everybody listen to closed door conversations fucking know, unfortunately. But just act like you don't know about none of this shit. You don't know that when Mil is going through stuff, that she closes herself out to deal with
Mm-hmm.
it. Mil is the woman, because I feel like as a strong Black woman, it's okay for me to be in, but I definitely can't fucking break, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so therefore I close myself off, because I cut off all the other bullshit that I feel like that may mentally cause me to be in a space that I don't want to be. But you feel some type of way if you texting me or you calling me and I'm just like literally ignoring your ass.
So
But if we were to a point where had trust in our relationship, you would know that, oh, she must be going through something. And I'm the type of person, I'm very verbal with people I trust. So after the fact, you gonna hear a whole motherfucking story.
mm,
But in that moment, you don't, but you don't know that.
I will say, like, let's say regular client and Black woman who comes to me and says, I I can't break. I will always tell Black women this: break, do it. allow yourself to break because you need that. You need a break. You need that emotional release.
I'm
You
so
need
sick of you
to
telling me
no
shit.
longer
All
be
this shit been
strong.
motherfucking working for me all this goddamn time now. Stop telling me. I don't want to talk to you about that no more. I'm not, fuck that. Fuck that. I'm not talking about it no more. So let's move on to the next question. I'm glad this is my show. You got some advice for somebody else, and you ain't telling me to goddamn break.
That's for them.
I even tell my friends when we go through shit, bitch, you got this. You know we could be in, but we cannot goddamn break.
Look, sometimes
Period.
you just sometimes
who you told that
with
to,
the
your
most,
white client or your black client?
always black.
Oh, damn.
Majority black.
Yeah, because it's black women now. I will tell you on this time, I remember breaking, but this is during the time I was actually engaged. So I really broke down, like some shit was going on, and I really, really broke down. But I felt so safe and secure with this person. So I honestly broke down. And during this time, I was able to, he comforted me in such a way that I can't even explain it. So that's why I feel like now, even in a position, if you don't have a person that you can be that vulnerable with, that someone that can hold you together when you break, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like you can't just fall into pieces. Like, no, you have to have someone there that you trust to hold you together while you break so that you don't fall apart.
And this is not a question for you. This is for the listener.
Okay, guys. Don't get upset, but I have to actually stop right here. And we're going to do a part 2. The conversation was so good. I just could not edit any of this shit. Like, it was just so good. So, this is going to be part 1. And stay tuned for part 2. Smooches. Thank you for tuning in to Closed Door Conversations podcast, a place where no topic is off limits, no filters will be applied, and no judgment will be allowed. Yes, this is the end of the show, but it's definitely not the end of the conversation. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook. To get even more involved and more exclusive content, join our Patreon community. The conversation continues. Till next time.